Being first generation is not easy, but it is a blessing. Let me explain. If you think about it and you think about what being first generation means, it means that you have to learn the concept of living in the United States. And there's a lot of background to that. For the most part, if you're a first generation person, you're the first person that lives here in the United States. Your parents came to the United States with a dream of having a better life. For whatever circumstances that they had, the reality is that they took initiative and they moved from their native country over to the United States without knowing, for the most part, anyone. As I've gotten older, obviously, this is how I was thinking about it and just being honest with myself about this, because when you grow up in the United States, for the most part, we have everything we need. Most of us have a roof over our heads. Most of us have a daily food. Most of us have a way to get around. At least when you're starting off. If you don't have if your parents didn't have a personal car, there was means to get around. Either you would get around through public transportation, or for the most part, you'll walk to wherever you need to work at. But throughout the years, this concept gets lost. You become aware of the culture in the United States. You develop as a child. For me, I remember my first language was Spanish. But throughout the years, and I remember how difficult that was to communicate with people locally, because my English was not the best. It wasn't until high school that I developed my way of speaking the language. So all of those things happen, right? And that's why there's a pressure. There's a pressure on you on succeeding. There's a pressure on you on becoming better than what your parents have given you. And that's a reality. And the reason I say it is a blessing, and the reason I say it's not easy, because obviously it's not easy, because we are pushed to have goals that our parents had for themselves. For the most part, I'm not saying that that's everyone's situation, but I see that it is a common thread within different, I guess, cultures. If we're being first generation puts a reality of wanting more, of wanting to succeed, of wanting best or better than before. And the reason I say it's a blessing is because when you have made it, and I see this from other people, when people have been here for more than 5 decades, more than 50 years, and they're now they're been here for over 50 years. Now they have family that are primarily born here in the States, and then they have a third generation, fourth generation. That struggle kind of gets forgotten about. And I see that. And that's why they say that immigrants, for the most part, are the ones that are doing the hard jobs or the hard work. And that's a reality. So being first generation, you should be able to see the reality of what it is. You know that you have to work for what you got or for what you get. And that's something that I embrace. I know that anything that I do in life, regardless of what it is, regardless if it is a labor job, regardless if it is my current career, regardless if I'm trying to do a YouTube video, I know I have to work my ass off to eventually make it work, you know, and it's not a concept that is going to happen overnight, and I'm very much aware of that. And that's an advantage that a lot of first generation people have. And And the fact is that many of us allow ourselves to feel sorry for ourselves, and that's why many of us do not use that as an advantage. Because the reality is that a lot of people nowadays do not like to work. A lot of people nowadays do not want to put in that extra effort to be able to attain whatever dreams or whatever it is that they want out of life. And to be honest with you, if you look around, a lot of people, the new generation, and it's vice versa, because I do believe that every generation has their weakness. But I do believe that also a lot of these newer people believe in immediate gratification. They believe, the newer kids, the new generation, not only Gen Zers, but also the ones that come after that. And just people in general believe that things are going to happen overnight. Believe things are going to happen with one video. And that's something that I have become more aware as I've gotten older this year. It's not going to happen overnight. And I have to see exactly what the reality of life is right now. I have everything I want, which is a roof over my head, transportation. I eat every day. I have a job. So I have an opportunity to be better every single day. And that in itself, I'm grateful for it, because not everyone can say that. And I still have my mom, I still have my siblings around me. So it's something that I've allowed that to be the reality, and I've embraced that reality, and I'm using that to power myself through whatever obstacles I will have with me trying to make it on YouTube, or me trying to create and get over the concept that stop thinking so much about myself and think more about the message that you're trying to relate to other people that might need that message. So if you made it up to this point of the video, I wanted to share the 3 things that I do believe you have as an advantage as a first generation person. You will not be able to relate your struggle to your parents' struggle because it's not relatable. So get that out of your head. Your parents have been through a lot, and because your parents have been through a lot, just with the destination of them trying to come to the United States and the struggle that they have gotten through, some processes probably were easier, but for the most part, I say that maybe about 75% of families that have to go through the process of coming here, they go through some work, either monetary. You have to either come and do what you got to do to get over the border, whatever you got to do, right? There is a struggle. So embrace that. Don't waste it. There's a story to tell. There's a story to unfold. And it's for you to understand and use your parents as resources if you're lucky enough to have them in your life. Use them as resources. Allow them, sit down with them, talk to them, see how and what the struggles were, and see where they've made it up to this point. And you're gonna see and notice that a lot of them have grown with time. A lot of them have made a lot of things and changed their lives based on the decisions and the initiative that they took to come here with a dream. The second thing, use the resources that you do have. Honestly, the honesty is, and the real truth about this is that we live in the best time that we can wish of living, that humanity has ever been in. We have opportunities left and right. We can create a video, put it on there, and maybe it blows up and you make money from it. You can go on Google, go on the internet. If you don't know how to do something, you can easily just Google it and see how you got to do it, and you can eventually, within a matter of a week, be more adequate and more be more adequate and be more aware of whatever you have no information about. You want to learn how to draw, you can easily look it up. You want to learn how to do something, you want to learn what you need for a career, you want to learn what do you need in order to get X amount of money, you can always look it up. And a lot of people have forgotten about that. They take it for granted just because it has become a norm in our society that we have access to the internet and that the internet is there as a resource. It's not you shouldn't depend on it, but it is a resource and it is a tool that you should use to enhance your life. And lastly, the beautiful thing about being first generation is that you can set new standards for your life and for your family. The reason I'm doing this is not to blow up overnight, but it's for me to show myself and to show standards for my family and break the family curse. Up to this point, just looking within the last 25 years, I see how our family has gotten better. But it is my duty, my responsibility to make my family even take it to another level. You know, we cannot stay in the same level. And whatever level that is, I've taken it on me to push the standards for our family, for our beliefs, the things that we can attain as a family, the things that we can attain for as individuals. And all I'm doing right now is executing on the opportunity that we all have in this world, which is create content on top of me working, on top of me doing all different things and trying to do things within my community. It's all an opportunity. And if you fail to see that, maybe it's time for you to wake up, and it's time for you to really handle the opportunity that you also have in your life. Because if you're seeing this, if you're watching this, or maybe if you don't watch me, right, but you watch other people and you spend about 2 hours on watching content, why are you not using those same 2 hours on yourself to improve whatever weakness or whatever thing that you can become better at? So yeah, guys, I hope this message gets to you. If it did, leave a comment, subscribe, leave a like, share the video, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace.